Hey crafters, it's Jen Evers with Quality Crafts, and today I want to share with you quickly a couple of cards that I've been working on. If you watch all my videos, I'm sure you've seen them. This is a really cool haunted house one that I did. It was a really long video, but I showed you how I made it. It says, "Boo, y'all." Totally love that one. A little bee one. Be happy. And then this is the one that I want to showcase today. So today's video is all about Maymay Made It's stamps, and this is the set that I'm using. So it's got Merry Christmas, Hurry Down the Chimney, Ho Ho Ho, Rudolph, We Have a Problem, and Santa Claus Upside Down, and some bricks. And originally Maymay had done one where Santa was stuck in the chimney, and that was the idea that popped into my head when I first saw it, but I wanted to do something different. So what I did was I stuck him in a snowbank. Super cute. And then as I created it, I kept adding more because I wanted more dimension, more things, and you know how that goes. So I turned around the ho ho ho. I turned it upside down and I stamped it as uh-oh with an exclamation point. And then I used the other one, Rudolph, We Have a Problem, as is, and I stamped that one right here. And I have some 3D puffy paint. I'm going to show you how I made this card today. First thing you want to do is stamp out the things that we're going to have as elements on the card. So this one, and this one. Okay, three colors that you need are blue, red, and black. And you can do it any color you want, but I did my sentiment the uh-oh and blue, and then a little bit of blue around that one. So all I did was, I'm going to use the fat edge on this, just run a little bit of blue around the edge of this to make it stand out. I'm using Spectrum Noirs, but you can use Crayola, whatever kind of cheap marker you have, just to make a little bit of blue around there. And then this one, just to color the blue all the way around this guy. Now I'm hurrying, so it's not going to be a great job. I might even do this part off camera because the coloring is pretty self-explanatory. So I'm going to leave that one there. You know what to do with that one. And then for Santa's pants, I went ahead and did most of them red and the boots black. So I'm going to get a piece of paper here so that I can just go right over the top of his boots with my black. And I'm going to take my red and I'm going to color his pants. And it's okay if you get a little bit on that other part because I'm going to show you how I did the snow. If you don't have excuse me, if you don't have the stuff that I do the snow with, I'm hoping I have that nearby, then you can use glue and glitter. Just glitter this part. Or you can use cotton balls, the ends of Q-tips, whatever you have that'll make that fluffy white stuff. And I use this. It is a liquid applique. And then you heat it with the heat gun and it blows up. Literally blows up. So cool. I'll show you how it works. And you don't need a real lot. So, and I'm just going to make sure that I have enough that covers most of it. I'm not being real specific, just real, you know, scattered. Because the more scattered you make it and more dotty you make it, and that's how it'll turn out when it blows up with the heat gun. So bear with me with the noise. I'm going to turn it on. I'm going to show you how this works. So cool. You're going to love it. I'm hoping that showed up really well as it went. Isn't that cute? I love this stuff. Should totally go and get some. Okay, I'm going to finish coloring that one, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to show you how I did the background for this really cool card. Alright, we're back, and the next thing we want to do is make our snow pile. Any way you want. I just started on one side, I made a little bump and came right down. So here's the size of the card. I'm just going to put my extra paper at the bottom. I'm going to start on one side, and I'm just going to make a little pile here. I'm just going to freehand it. And then whatever sticks off the other side on this end, put it to the end and just cut it right off. And that's how you get that. Make sense? And then all I did for this part to make that floofy snow like that was I just put a bunch of adhesive on there. And you might have to play around with it because I just putzed with it until it looked the way I wanted it to. So a whole bunch of adhesive, and then if I get that to stand up before it falls over again, grab some of your tissue paper. I just rip a piece off, crumple it up like this, and just start sticking it down to that. And if there's not enough, put a little bit more of your tape down. And just crumple it up. I have such problems with that gun. I'm just going to leave it on the floor. Okay, and that's all I did. And just cut off the extra. No matter how you do it, it's going to look like a pile of snow, so it doesn't really matter. And then that is where this part of the Rudolph We Have a Problem is going to go. So let me pick up my nasty, naughty gun, give it a little bit of glue here, my little ATG. It's going to go right here on the edge, and I'm going to slap that right on there. Okay, we've got our sand, yeah, I wish it was sand. I hate winter. We got our snow pile, we got our Santa, and we got our oh, you know what, I missed something on our Let me color that in quick while I'm noticing it. The middle of the O's. There we go. Alright, so now we're set. Now I'm going to show you how to do the background. So I have my bricks, and I'm going to start out with just doing it black. We'll add the color later, okay? So we're going to do one set of bricks all the way up one side, starting in the left hand corner. Just line up the top bricks and keep going straight up. Alright, then decide where about you want your window to be. In this case, I just want to make sure that my window's high enough so that I know his legs are going to stick into it, and then just put a couple of bricks on the top. Decide that your window's going to be about that big. I put my finger underneath to judge. And then just line up the bricks again. I ended up with another, 2 bricks on the bottom, so just fill that in. Then the next thing you want to do is make sure you put one next to the window you created, and then finish that off on the upper part and on the lower part. And just follow those bricks right down to the bottom, and then fill in the second edge. Just line them up and keep following down one side till you get the whole thing filled in. Pretty simple, huh? Alright, we got that done. Next thing we want to do is I used a straight edge and made a line around my window. Because I wanted the window to look like it was all connected and not just some random hole in the wall. So all I did was take my Sharpie marker and my straight edge and just make sure that it looked connected. If you're not that picky about it or you don't care, you can skip this step. I just think it looks a lot more finished off that way. And then I grabbed a yellow marker, and all I did was just color in this window to make it look like there was some light coming out of it. You can get fancy with your window if you want. You can add curtains or some kind of a picture on the inside. I know I have some of my friends that do really cool videos like that. And then I grabbed another brighter yellow and I did the corners. And then I blended it back out with my lighter yellow again. Did I say lighter yellow to lighter? I don't remember. A darker yellow into a lighter yellow and then just mix it all together. That looks good. Oops, I'm throwing stuff around. Okay, now for your bricks you can decide whatever color you want. I decided that my color would be really rust because it's kind of an orangey brown. And so I added that orangey brown all over it. In some places I did it darker and some I did it lighter. You can totally tell I made it blotchy because bricks aren't all exactly the same color. They've got that blotchiness to it. And then just be careful around your edges of your window. And I added a couple of other colors and you can do that too. So I did my really rust and then I added in a little bit of red. I think I did some more mustard too, but I'm not exactly sure. So let's see, let's add a little bit of red. This one is Baroque Burgundy. Close enough. It's just a deep red. I'm going to add a little red color to my bricks. You can do whatever you want. However you think it looks really cool. But I think that if you add a couple of different colors it turns out like just a lot neater because it looks more textured, I guess. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, where's our hill? Our hill is here. We're just going to go ahead and add some ATG adhesive to that hill. And then I like to look on the back where the paper actually is and line up the paper part because it doesn't matter if the snow hangs over. You want that paper edge to be on there. And then put it down. And here's our Santa pants. I actually popped him up because I wanted to look like he was up there. So I used some of my 3D sticky tape. You're going to hear O'Malley yelling in the background. He thinks that I'm starving him. My cats are like that. They're both boys. Alright, a little bit right there in the center of the pants so that the bottom of his outfit here goes into the snow and his legs come up over onto the window part. Because you want the legs to really stand out, and if they're over the yellow, they're definitely going to do that. Now if you want, you don't have to do this part, but if you want to add, I'm going to use some wet glue here. Because I don't want my ATG sticking to everything. Put a little bit of glue on the end of his pants here. And add some snow so that it goes over the top here. And then maybe just, secure it down a little bit. Just so it looks like he's more buried in there. I still want my Rudolph to show, so I'm going to cut some of that off there. And then add your with whatever kind of adhesive that you like to about, wow, I made this one really big. So I'm going to slide it, actually I'm going to slide it over here. That looks good too. So now you've got two slightly different variations to this card. You can tell I took a lot more time to put ink on the first one. But how super cute is that? So a big shout out and thanks to Maymay for this awesome set. You're going to want to pick one up for yourself. This is what it looks like. And the name of this one is, and why do I always forget these things? Is Santa Stuck. So here's the Country Pumpkin one I used originally on my other stuff. Like on this one, the Haunted House card, I used Maymay's Country Pumpkin, and then on this one I used Santa's Stuck. So I'll put the links below so that you can go out and get your set today so that you can make these awesome cards. Thanks for letting me share today, and I'll see you next video.